It's like so meaty and so crispy. Very flavorful too. I'm telling you, this is really one of the best buffets you're gonna find in Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas! Millions of people flock to this city each year to experience the sights and the sounds. Whether you are walking the Vegas Strip, hanging out at a resort, or feasting on some good food, Vegas has got something for everybody. Perhaps you are visiting Las Vegas for the first time. Then where should you start? Hey there, this is Steve from Rockstar Eater, and in today's video, I'm taking you on my ultimate 72-hour journey into Las Vegas, Nevada. In this full documentary, you'll see the best of everything, where to eat, where to stay, and more in this ultimate Las Vegas food and travel video. And if you are new to this channel, take this moment right now to hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell. More of these awesome food and travel videos coming your way. So with that said, I'm packed, ready to leave. Let's go to Las Vegas. So I made it out to Las Vegas once again, and the route from Los Angeles is always the same. I drive about 2 hours, stop at Barstow for a quick lunch, drive another 2 hours until I finally land in Vegas. I think some of you guys in LA can relate to this, right? Anyways, I'm gonna be kicking off this Las Vegas food tour in a big way with this first restaurant called 888 Sushi and Robata. It's kind of east of the Las Vegas Strip, and this is the first ever all-you-can-eat sushi and barbecue restaurant in Las Vegas. Plus, the reviews on Yelp is super high. That is why I have to check it out. All right, this is pretty cool. It's kind of like a small little restaurant, and I heard that they've only been open for a few months, but they are already so popular. This place really does get packed, especially when you come at nighttime. So this is the same company that owns the 888 Japanese barbecue, 888 Korean barbecue, and Gangnam Barbecue restaurant, all of which I've been to. Super good, so that's why I know I am in good hands tonight. You'll see the menu right when you come into the restaurant. It's by the cash register. So standard price is $28. That is the lowest price. And kids, 4 to 8 is about $18. Looks like you can get your basic choices of nigiri, as well as the rolls, and the robata, which is Japanese barbecue skewers, as well as carpaccio and appetizer. But then you can also go with the premium $38 option, and obviously that means you get better and more choices. Yep, I can see it. I see more of the choices in this section, more here, and a few more down there in the robata, as well as the carpaccio and appetizers. So this is the one I'm gonna go with today. Signature $48 because you can get the most premium selections. And I see some of it right over here. Oh, for sure. Keep in mind, 90-minute time limit. So it begins once you start eating your first order. No leftovers, no to go. If you're cool with that, then you're ready to roll here. Lots of cocktails, as well as your beer and soju. Yes, they got everything here. And here is all my nigiri. This is the stuff I usually focus on round one. So yes, let's do it. That is the uni, which is the sea urchin. And that is the ikura, which is the salmon eggs, as well as freshwater eel. All right, more uni, as well as king salmon at the center, and sweet shrimp. And then we also got some squid with the shiso leaf, as well as yuzu yellowtail, kampachi, very rich looking, and lemon salmon. One of my appetizers that I always gotta get, which is the baked green mussels. Gotta have it all the time. Essential part of all you can eat menu. And one of the things that I really love about coming to restaurants in Vegas, especially if it's off strip, is the availability of free parking. Back in LA, it's not always the case depending on what neighborhood you're at. But when you're here in this part of Vegas, yes, you can park for free. And then come on over and enjoy some premium sushi and barbecue. Always hits the spot all the time. This baked mussel is sweeter than the ones I've had at the other restaurants. It's just as creamy, and the mussel is cooked perfectly. This is something I usually don't get when I go to those fancier a la carte sushi restaurants. But for all you can eat, It's like a staple for me now. I always have to get it in the beginning. By the way, what do you usually like to get as appetizers in an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant? Drop that comment because I would love to hear your story. This is another reason why you should go with the highest price point, because you could get stuff like the fresh oysters. When you bite into it, you swallow it, it automatically opens up your eyes. It's so bright and refreshing. I would highly suggest you order in your first round all the premium items, especially those that are limited to one per customer, because that's really where you're gonna get your money's worth. And then after that, you can work your way down. So always start from the top and work your way down. Why don't I start with some of the uni? Yes. Very creamy and fresh too. I've actually had sea urchin in sushi restaurants that was not fresh, believe it or not, and it happened more than one time. So I'm always thankful, especially in all you can eats, when the uni is fresh for the day. And another one of my favorites, the salmon egg. I feel that those salmon eggs have the right amount of saltiness to it. I've had some that were like really way too salty, but this one is perfect. I mean, how can you control the saltiness level of it, right? Is it just by luck that you pick the right salmon eggs to serve in a restaurant? Eel. Now here's something that I cannot forget about. I can eat eel, I feel like, every day if I needed to. And I noticed that the sushi here is sliced pretty long, and the rice ratio, look at that. They put a little bit underneath. That's a good thing, because a lot of all-you-can-eat sushi restaurants will put a lot of rice underneath in order to fill you up. Like less fish, more rice. This is the way you want it. You know, there's a taste of salmon that's hard to describe. Like when you eat it, you just know that that's salmon sushi you're eating. And that's really some of the best of its kind. But sweet shrimp is another one of those foods you cannot ignore, especially if it's on the premium list. Very soft too. I wouldn't say sweet shrimp is within my top 5 sushis to eat, but since it's a premium item, I just eat it anyways. You know, you got to get your money's worth, so you're gonna just order it and eat it just because it's like the bling bling item on the menu. Crunchy, and then it's kind of slippery all around. It tastes very different than octopus, because I think octopus is a little bit chewier and not as shiny. But squid is one of those foods that also I didn't eat as much when I was younger, but growing up, I started to appreciate it more. Yuzu yellowtail, kind of a fancy take on the traditional yellowtail. Wow, that's very tender and pretty fresh too. That's the way I like it. And then when I see kampachi on the menu, also another thing I love to get as well. Wow, that one is pretty good too. It's a little different than the yellowtail in the sense that it tastes like yellowtail, but it's kind of crunchier. It's actually a really good taste. I mean, I've had kampachi before, but I feel like every place that I've had kampachi, the texture was just a little bit different, but the taste always so good. And then lemon salmon, something that I've come to really like. Wow, that's like one of my favorite ones so far. The citrusy flavor definitely adds a lot to salmon. I mean, I've had it with orange as well. Both of them work really good. So perhaps you should try it sometime. And for sure, I gotta get my Wagyu beef as well. Oh yeah. So this one is the Wagyu beef sushi. And it looks like we got some tobiko eggs on top of it. Ooh, and this one is called the Niku Uni. That sounds fancy. So it's Wagyu beef that is over crispy seaweed. We got the sea urchin, which is the uni on top, as well as the tobiko. I think you're supposed to eat it kind of like a taco. I don't know, but that's the way I'm gonna eat it. It's marvelous. I mean, it's just like a flavor bomb in your mouth. Oh, for sure, you gotta get it. Especially if you're into Wagyu beef. They got some of these choices here, both as barbecue and sushi. Back a long time ago, I would have thought the idea of beef sushi is kind of weird, but growing up, you just kind of learn to eat a lot of new foods. Raw beef, it definitely tastes good if it's really fresh and high quality. Well, since this restaurant is called Robata too, I have to get my barbecue skewers, right? Starting with the premium items, like to the left, that's the scallops. Center is the eel, and to the right is the truffle Parmesan beef. And then up here, we got the Wagyu beef on a skewer. Nothing too complicated, but sounds very good, right? It tastes just like cooked scallop that's kind of crispy all around. A little bit smoky, kind of sweet too. There's like a glaze over it that's kind of like a little bit like a teriyaki sauce, I would say. For sure, this is the one I'm gonna like. The eel on a stick, Robata. So you can get it as sushi and as barbecue. I'm telling you, I can eat freshwater eel, sea eel, any way. As sushi, as barbecue. I think the eel stick is one of my favorites by far. But then again, I'm very biased towards freshwater eel, so I'm very easy to please when it comes to eel. But hey, you guys should try it and let me know what you think. You can get so many interesting choices. You see this truffle Parmesan beef? Ah. Oh man, that thing like stabbed me. I'm okay. Truffle, Parmesan flavor, sweet too. And the beef, it has a little bit more of a chew to it than the Wagyu beef, obviously, but very tasty. So for sure, their beef skewers here, seafood skewers, very solid. I have no complaints. So this is the Wagyu beef skewer, the main one on the menu. Yeah, so anytime you see Wagyu, you just know that thing is going to be tender and probably rich tasting. And just to clarify, this is not Japanese A5 Wagyu, like the stuff from Japan. I think this is American Wagyu, but still, American Wagyu beef is better than just regular beef, right? Just to let you know that all the rolls come in 4 pieces so that you don't get too full just off of one sushi roll. That's very good idea. So this one is the 888 Surf and Turf, their premium roll. Okay, for sure I'm gonna try this. So on the inside we got cucumber, crab, avocado, shrimp tempura, and then on top we got torched Wagyu beef, garlic chips, green onions, and truffle ponzu sauce over it. You could really taste that truffle oil on it. I feel that truffle oil makes any food taste like $1,000,000. It gives it such a nice, fancy, rich flavor. Like, I'm not really the biggest sushi roll fan, and when I look at a menu that's so big like this one, I don't even know what sushi roll to get, so I just have to ask for recommendations. But this one is the one that's being promoted the most on the menu. So I guess if you're kind of looking for the right roll, then I guess that's one of them you should try. Well, this is worth mentioning too. The soft serve does come with the all-you-can-eat. You can get green tea, or you can get vanilla, or you can get a hybrid. That's pretty awesome. And the cheesecake, looks like this one is not included. It's $4.95 if you want to get it. And yeah, they also have this ice cream as well, different flavors. So this is about $2.50, but if you check in on Yelp, you can get it for free. Now, I cannot say that the food is exactly on the level as like here Fishy Fishy in Koreatown, LA, but by far it is definitely the best all-you-can-eat sushi that I've had in Las Vegas. But then again, I've only been to 2 of these restaurants in Las Vegas, but it's very solid. I mean, you get the barbecue, you get the sushi, you get the appetizers, very tasty stuff. So yes, it's here at 888 Sushi and Robata, which is one of the hottest new all-you-can-eat sushi and barbecue restaurants in Las Vegas. Well, that was a really filling meal. I mean, after all, it is all you can eat, right? I'm done for tonight, at least for eating. So now I'm gonna head to my hotel and I'm gonna check in. So I'm back here at the Rio Hotel and Casino, which is a little bit west of the Strip. It's a very good choice, especially if you're looking for rooms that are fairly affordable, and they recently renovated, so a lot of new features in here, like new restaurants, new decorated rooms, everything. All right, looks like check-in is all set. Now here's the fun part, looking for the room on the 12th floor, which is where I'm at today. So I got a suite with a king bed, kind of similar to the one that I got last time when I was here at Rio last year. Well, let me give you a tour. We got the sink. See, there's a mirror right there, a tissue box, as well as body cream. And this is the sink. Then when you turn to this side, this is the closet with an ironing board, iron down there. And this is a safe deposit box, looks like. And then going down further, this is the restroom. Has another sink. And that's the toilet, obviously. And this is the shower. Yes, I can tell it's been newly renovated. Very nice. You see, you got all the shampoo, conditioner, body wash, as well as all the towels up here, toilet paper. Then heading back out to show you what the room looks like. Here it is. Look how big it is. Yeah, it even has kind of like a living room area with a really nice couch, like so spacious. You could have like, you could really set up another bed right here if you wanted to. So on this side, so you got the telephone, and down here, some space where you can put in clothes or anything else. And that's a mini refrigerator. It's kind of dark. I know it's hard to see, but it's there. It's like a black colored refrigerator. Some space where you can put your clothes. Got about 3 of them. And that is the king size bed. And we got a table right here, multi-purpose. Wow, this is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can see the other tower of the Rio down there. And that's the pool down there. It's kind of hard to see at night, but this would be a really good view during the daytime. And then turning around, this is the couch once again, along with big screen TV right there. And check out this light. It's like a big, what is this, like a palm branch? Big leaf. That's pretty cool. The king size bed suite as of tonight is $181. That's including the tax and resort fee. Now you do want to check on the website just to make sure, because these room prices could change based on the season that you come in. But you're looking at roughly around that amount. And it is one of the more affordable options for a hotel, especially one that's close to the Strip. I mean, it's not even that far away from the Strip. It's like right over the freeway is Caesar's Palace. And most of these rooms have been renovated, so it looks really nice. And I even see that a lot of the stuff downstairs, like the amenities, the restaurants, it's been renovated and they're still doing renovations even into the summertime. You know what? Why don't I give you a tour? I'll show you some of it. Maybe some of you guys remember this food hall, canteen. I was here last year. I did a little food tour and I tried pretty much everything here because there's only like, let me see, 6 different food stands, I think. Yeah, but it's pretty awesome. You should definitely check it out when you're here at Rio. And right across from the canteen, we got a Chinese restaurant called KJ Dim Sum and Seafood. So if you guys need your dim sum fix, need your Cantonese style Chinese food, then I guess this is the only option they have here at Rio. And this is pretty much the casino floor. They got slot machines everywhere. No surprise since this is Las Vegas. And to the right, there is a race and sports book bar. Now here's something I didn't see here last time. It's called Luckley Tavern and Bar. It is like a steakhouse American restaurant that is very highly rated, and I'm going to be eating here tomorrow night. But yes, I heard that this is one of those restaurants you should eat at when you're at Rio Hotel. I'm I'm very excited to check it out tomorrow. And I was just right here a moment ago. This is where you check in to your rooms. So you can check in person, or you can use one of these kiosks. If you are comfortable with technology, then it's a fairly easy process. You can check in, check out, do your credit card information, you're good to go. Now, I heard so many things about the Lapa Lounge. This is a new bar that's right in front of the check-in, the lobby, and this was under construction last year, but looks like now that they've opened, looks pretty nice. And then this would be the entrance to their pool. It's winter time, so it's not open, but it will open again during the springtime. If you go back to my past video last year, I do give you a little bit of a tour of this pool area in case you want to see it. And this is the theater entrance to the Penn and Teller show, which I heard is one of the most entertaining shows that you can watch in Las Vegas. It doesn't look like they're performing tonight. It looks very dead silent. But if you are interested in seeing this show when you come to Vegas, whether you stay at Rio or not, just look it up online. It'll show you all the ticket information. Now, this is the coolest part about Rio Hotel and Casino. Is this shopping area that's 2 stories. It's almost like a mini version of the Caesars Palace Forum shops. They got shops downstairs, upstairs, the restaurants, the gift shops, different kinds of shops. Looks like some of them are closed. Maybe they're still doing remodeling. And then you can also go up the escalators. This is where you're gonna see some more restaurants, gift shops. Wow, look at that, even a chapel. You could get married here. Also worth mentioning, they do have a steakhouse at this casino, just like most casinos in Vegas. Voodoo Steak, yeah, so if you guys like fine dining steak, then I guess this is a spot you gotta go to. I don't have time to eat here during this trip, but perhaps in the near future. So it looks like they do perform some shows here from time to time. They haven't the last time that I was here, and it looks like there's nothing going on here today as well. But once again, this is where going to the website would be helpful so that you can see all the things that are going on. Maybe if you follow their Instagram as well, updates on different events. See, not bad, huh? And you can also walk to the Palms Casino, which is right across the street. You can also walk to Caesars Palace across the freeway. So it's pretty close to a lot of things. All right, I'm getting tired. I think I'm gonna just head back to the room and then get up and going again tomorrow. It's almost 10 a.m., so it looks like it's about time to head out. I have a full schedule ahead. Gonna be doing a lot of eating, sightseeing, a lot of the fun stuff you can do in Las Vegas. Well, this restaurant wasn't really that far away from my hotel, which is a great thing. Behind me is Chickpeas Mediterranean restaurant. It's here in Spring Valley, and this is the only Mediterranean buffet you're gonna find in Las Vegas. Isn't that pretty cool? Now, if you guys remember, I was at this restaurant last year, and since then they have expanded on the menu. So now there's even more choices in this buffet line. Middle Eastern, Mediterranean, even some Indian dishes for 20 bucks. That's quite a bargain. I'm gonna check it out. Wow, this restaurant has really been renovated since I came last year. I feel like I'm walking into a brand new restaurant. So this buffet station has about 35 items, it looks like, including the salads, the hot and cold foods. We got desserts, even some drinks included. I'm so excited to try it. This restaurant opens at 10 a.m. and the buffet starts at 10 a.m. as well. A lot of customers come in here to eat breakfast. Yes, that's so awesome. Weekdays, it's $20. This is Friday before 4 p.m. and then Fridays after 4 p.m. Saturday, Sunday, and holidays, it's $25. You see, even Guy Fieri's been here. He did an episode here. So this is really quite a Mediterranean hotspot in Vegas. Best buffets in Las Vegas, according to Eater article. So I guess it ranked #1 in Vegas for both taste and price. So let's see what we have here, beginning with the dolma, which is seasoned rice in grape leaves, very popular Mediterranean food. And that one is the tzatziki, which is thick yogurt, grated Persian cucumbers, dry mint, and seasoning. And that one is the traditional hummus, gotta have that, right? garbanzo beans, tahini, lemon juice, olive oil, and various seasonings. And that one of my favorites, baba ganoush, which is smoked eggplants, tahini, olive oil, and seasoning. And moving to the right, we got cabbage salad. So yes, they got some nice salads here. This is coleslaw in a creamy tahini, lemon juice, and seasoning salad. And then we got some assorted fruits. Looks like we got cantaloupe and pineapple. And then that one is the Shirazi salad, which is chopped Persian cucumbers, Roma tomatoes, Spanish onions, dill, basil, mint, olive oil, and lemon juice. And then we got tabbouleh salad, which is chopped curly parsley, Bulgar wheat, chopped tomatoes, green onions, lemon juice, and seasoning. And that one is cucumber salad. So we got sliced Persian cucumbers in there, Roma tomatoes, Spanish onions, green bell peppers, vinegar, lemon juice, and olive oil. And then finally for the salad, we got garden salad. Yes, fresh romaine lettuce, tomatoes, Persian cucumbers, Spanish onions, olives, capers, and carrots. Now we are on to the bread. So we got some fresh pita bread. Yes, they make this fresh in-house and it is really good. So take advantage of this, but don't get filled up on it though. And also some barley mushroom cream soup with chicken. I don't remember if they had the soup here last time, but it does look very tasty. I might get it this time. And some lentil soup. Now this one I've had before in other Mediterranean restaurants. I love it. As well as some dill rice. So it's pretty much basmati rice with dill. And Mediterranean rice, which is basmati rice with carrots, peas, and chicken broth. And if you guys want something a little simpler, they got the basic basmati rice. Oh, look at that. We are on to the meats now. This is barbecue chicken. Wow, look at how much there is in there, and it's so fresh. I mean, after all, I am here at 10 a.m., so I expect it. And then we also got chicken shawarma, which is spit roasted slices of seasoned chicken dark meat. One of my favorites, they got kebabs, chicken and beef kebabs. So it's pretty much minced ground chicken or beef with onions and seasonings infused. And that one is called the spanakopita, which is savory spinach pie. And then we got butter chicken. You see, that's the Indian influence right there. Oh yeah, one of the most popular Indian dishes out there. So it's pretty much curry made with sauteed tomatoes, ginger, garlic, cashews, turmeric, coriander, you know, all that good stuff. And that's the tandoori chicken, roasted seasoned chicken dark meat. See, they got quite a bit of barbecued meats here. Okay, this one is limited to one per customer because it's a super expensive item, but one is better than nothing, right? So this is the lamb shank. Yes, it's so big. You could easily get filled up on this one, I'm telling you. This one's a little bit hard to see, but we got some meatballs. Yes, a little bit of Italian influence in here. Lean ground beef seasoned with onions, garlic, and Italian seasonings. And we also got some grilled salmon. Oh yeah, salmon fillets in a saffron sauce. That looks so very good. I'm loving it. You see, they got some seafood here, like grilled shrimp, large shrimp in a saffron sauce, as well as grilled whitefish. So tender whitefish in a saffron sauce. And some falafel, one of my favorites. Yes, I always get this when I go to Mediterranean restaurants. As well as this other dish called the kuku, which is some sort of a herb frittata with eggs. Is this like some sort of a breakfast dish? Kind of looks like a quiche in some ways. All right. And then we also got turkey roll-up, which is like some sort of a meat-filled savory pastry, looks like. Looks very good. And some grilled assorted vegetables. And that one is grilled seasoned tomatoes. Even more, guys. We got drinks included as part of the buffet. That is some Moroccan tea, lemonade, and lemon cucumber water. And if you guys decide you want some other individual drinks, these are separate charges, but you can get everything from your typical soda cans all the way down to what, smart water, even some of these family-sized drinks. And underneath the plates, these are all the silverwares, just for your information. Get some of that cheese, some of that lettuce, for sure, chicken, shawarma. And just to let you know, you can take the buffet food to go as well. They would weigh it per pound. And they also have a really nice a la carte menu. They got catering menu, vegan friendly, halal. And I heard that they are gonna start this really awesome pickup service from the strip. So if you are down by the strip, for a charge of $25 during the weekday or $30 during the weekend, they will pick you up from the strip. They will take you here, you eat here. Yes, the price includes the food of the buffet, and then they will take you back. Have you ever heard of anything like that before? I would so take advantage of that because that is cheaper than getting an Uber ride, I'm telling you. So I don't want to let the soup get cold. Gonna get to it right now. You know, I haven't had a mushroom chicken soup in a long time. This brings back so many memories when I was a kid and I used to drink the soup more often. So it is like soupy, creamy, has the chicken, the mushrooms, and not too heavy on the saltiness. It's like just about right. It's a comfort soup dish. And I don't get soup that often because I always concentrate on the meats. But today I'm gonna try the soup. Baba ganoush, look at that. Very creamy eggplant. I haven't had baba ganoush in a long time. So this is very enjoyable for me. You can eat it by itself, or maybe you can take a piece of the bread and use it as a dip. I think whether you get the hummus or the baba ganoush, you're gonna have a rockin' time with this bread. It's all awesome. Every kind of Mediterranean meat you can find up there. The kebabs, you got the chicken, shawarma. This is pure awesomeness. You go to any a la carte restaurants, you're gonna easily pay $20, if not $30 for a plate of rice, veggies, and meats. But here, 20 bucks, this is really quite a steal. It's like a big piece of chicken breast. It tastes like a barbecue chicken. Kind of like a sweet sauce coating outside. Lots of meat. Oh yeah, this is really a meat-centric buffet. Let's get some hummus this time. Maybe I'll try some of that. Butter chicken, looks really good. Okay, look at that. The barley soup looks so good. See, now I'm on soup number 2. And I don't usually eat this much soup whenever I go to a buffet, which just shows how great the food is that I'm willing to even try the soups here. Very different, of course, from the creamy mushroom soup. I think I like this one better of the two. This one just has more punch to it when it comes to flavor. It's a little bit spicier, or is it peppery? Yeah, it's peppery. And I love the soft melt in your mouth lentils in there. Maybe it is a good thing I'm stocking up on food because I'm gonna be doing a lot of walking in just a bit. Shirazi salad, really crunchy, refreshing. So these days I've been trying to eat a lot more vegetable dishes, salads. I mean, you have to. You can't be eating meat all the time, right? If you've never had a Shirazi salad before, you don't have to specifically come to this buffet. You'll find it in a lot of Mediterranean and Persian restaurants. And it's really like an awesome salad to try. And you know what else is awesome? Hummus. Oh yeah. Okay, so this one is a little different than the ones I've tasted. Texture-wise, very same, very creamy. I don't think it's quite as sour, like it has that acidity as some of the other ones that I've tried. Me personally, I like it if it was a little bit more like in that direction, but it's still very good tasting hummus. No complaints, all you can eat. Maybe I'm just into seafood, like I really love fish dishes. And they got two kinds of fish. Like they got the grilled whitefish, but then they also got the salmon as well. Another one of my favorites. It's like so much meat.
See, they really don't get cheap on you. They even put stuff like salmon, all the good stuff in the buffet station. And that's one of the things I really noticed when I came here last year was the number of selections they have up there that's like so high quality. That's why I'm back here again, so that I can try some of the new foods that I didn't try the first time around. And I think this one might be my first Indian dish today, the butter chicken. Tastes just like out of an Indian restaurant. It's very creamy and very spiced up. You definitely want to enjoy it with some of the basmati rice, just like in an Indian restaurant. Perfect. Get the rice too. Otherwise, it's just too rich, I would say. You gotta have some of the rice to balance it out a little bit. And the kuku, I think this is the first time I am trying this at this restaurant. Kind of like what I thought it was going to taste like, loaded with a lot of vegetables inside. So at this buffet, you're going to be trying a lot of new items that you probably have not tried in a typical Las Vegas buffet. And this is the reason why I think this one is so special, is that it has something different to offer. Yes, Mediterranean food, all you can eat. This place does get pretty packed when you come for lunch. So that's why you might want to get here pretty early so that you can get it really fresh. Well, I got 5 hours to kill until dinner time, so let's go explore Vegas. Back out here on the Las Vegas Strip. I never get tired of coming out here. It seems like every time I come back to Vegas, there's always something new on the Strip. And this next attraction I'm going to, I heard, is one of the big ones in Las Vegas, especially if you're into museums. So I have made it to the Museum of Illusions, and this is one of the hottest new attractions on the Las Vegas Strip. This is a museum full of illusions that's on display on the walls in various rooms, the exhibits. There are about 80 total. I've never been to a museum like this before, so I am super excited. That's how much it costs, $45 if you were to buy the ticket in person. You can go online and get it for $40, which is a little cheaper. That's the route I suggest you take. Otherwise, you're gonna have to pay the full amount. And just some of the general rules for parents and professors, students. Also, be sure not to run or jump around the museum like little kids. Smoking of any kind is not permitted, as well as eating and drinking inside. That's reasonable. So this museum is right next to the shops at Crystal, between Rio Hotel and Cosmopolitan. There is no free parking at this museum, so you're going to have to take an Uber here or pay for parking at one of the hotels. Perhaps they might have a valet service. Well, this is the first exhibit that you see when you come in here. It's like some sort of a mirror illusion, it looks like. Let's see how this works. Does it look like I'm kind of dangling from the second floor or somewhere really high on top? The impossible triangle bench. What do? It'll tell you. Stand on the mark and observe how the bench forms the shape of an impossible triangle. And I think this is it. All right, you guys see that on camera? And this one is called the Amis room or Amy's room. What does it do? Walk from one corner to the other while looking at the screen and notice how you grow or shrink accordingly. This sounds like an awesome concept. So I got somebody who's going to demonstrate how this illusion looks. You see how small he is? He's like a baby and I'm like a giant right here. It's pretty cool, huh? And what do we have here? Enter here to have your head served on a platter. Should I do that? Okay. I guess this is the illusion, right? This one is the infinity room. What does this one do? Observe the illusion of infinite space and try taking a cool photo. A million versions of yourself standing all around, like an army of Rockstar Eaters. That is rockin'. Yes, and we got all these sparkly things on top as well. So it looks like this is one of those rooms where you don't need another person to pull off an illusion. I think this is pretty awesome. Now, I've seen this one before. I really like it. I feel like once you jump in there, you can just get lost in there forever and ever. It's kind of like a mini galaxy. And this one is what's called the clone room. Look at the clone room through your phone camera with 0.5 zoom. Come closer and take a photo. So this is the illusion. It's supposed to be like interconnected hands. And this one is called the RGB room. So here you go inside and notice how the images change around you. All right, I'm curious. Let's check it out. Wow. It's kind of like walking into like a museum magic show. And then this one I heard is pretty good, the Vortex Tunnel. This one you enter through the designated entry point and walk with your hands on the handrails and feet on the walkway at all times. Does it feel like you are spinning or aren't able to walk straight? Okay, so the railway is not moving at all. The surroundings is moving, but it feels like this walkway is spinning when it's not. My mind is, whoa, I'm getting dizzy. Okay. That's why they tell you to hold on to the handrails, because this thing could probably tip you off. Walk-in kaleidoscope. So this one, you step into the kaleidoscope and observe the fascinating effects that appear. I know it's kind of hard to see these effects through the camera, although I am trying my best. It's one of those things where you do have to come in person to experience it for yourself, whether it's taking the videos or taking the stills. Makes for some really nice profile pictures on your Instagram, Facebook, all your social media. And then we have here the bouchette or bouchette chair. And this one, you have one person stand up or sit down on the chair, have a second person stand on the stand your sticker, and third person take the photo from the marked photo spot. This is the illusion of the chair. And that's my stand-in right there. They say that this museum takes about 45 to 90 minutes to get through, and that's if you kind of take your time with every exhibit. Now, with any museums, it's always going to be different with everybody. Some people can run through the whole thing in like 15 minutes. Some people like to really stay and appreciate it, and they might be there for like an hour or two. So this lady, you see her eyes? It follows you no matter where you go, like left or right. Yep, it's staring at him. You see that? Oh yeah, she likes him. I can see that smile. And once you step out, this is the gift shop. Yeah, I think I might get something. Let me see what they got here. Spec balls. And what is that? The levitation one? Oh, that's pretty cool. We got some bags. Might be good if you like to carry stuff around. Sweaters. Got t-shirts, like a black one. Even a white one. Oh, look at this. You get a free gift too at the gift store. I think maybe I'll get this one. It is kind of an expensive museum, $45. But if you are really into optical illusions, then this is really one of the most unique museums you're ever going to see. It's here on the Las Vegas Strip, and I think they do have Museum of Illusions in different big cities in the US. So just go to their website to check it out. I'll put it all in the video description. And yeah, just enjoy it when you're here in Vegas. And if you're visiting Las Vegas for the very first time, this is undoubtedly one of the things that you should do is walk the Las Vegas Strip, especially if the weather's really nice. So I would suggest start from MGM Grand and the New York Hotel. You go this way, you get all the way to Caesar's Palace. That's where all the action is at. But if you can go all the way to the Strat Hotel, power to you. So when you're out here on the Las Vegas Strip, one of the things you should do is to check out the fountains of Bellagio. You see the water show behind me? This is one of the big attractions that you can watch for free on the Vegas Strip. I think this is my first time seeing this. Yeah, I've driven by it quite a few times, but standing in front of it, this actually might be my first time. I was just right there just a moment ago at Bellagio, and then in this direction is Caesar's Palace. And over there in the distance is the Rio Hotel where I'm staying at. So you see, you can spend a whole day on Las Vegas Boulevard, going into all these shops, all these hotel casinos, all very fascinating, especially if you're visiting Las Vegas for the first time. So you just kind of walk around and take your pick, whatever seems the most interesting to you. At least I got my steps in for today. That's very helpful, especially since I have to head off to dinner very soon. So it's not too far of a walk. I made it. Behind me is Luckley Tavern and Grill. It's here at the Rio Casino and Hotel, and it's only been open for about like 7 or 8 months, but it is already Yelp's highest rated restaurant in this casino. They got some really great steaks along with burgers, drinks, very cool ambiance, just a fun place to be all around. So it's pretty much like an open restaurant. You can see it walking by the casino. It's like really inviting you to come in. You see this bar that's in the center, and it is a tavern, so they're gonna have a lot of great drink selections. But I heard the food is fantastic, like just about everything on the menu. And one of the things I really love about this restaurant is the decoration. It's really music themed, so they have all of these album covers on the wall. It's pretty cool, so if you're a music fan, then I think you're gonna love this place. And what I love about this menu is that it is so simple, not terribly big. You see, you got your starters right there, a little bit of everything that I love. And I heard that these buffalo wings is really one of the standouts of this restaurant, the lollipop wings. I'll show you this in just a bit because I'm gonna order that. Oh yeah, you see soups and salads, and the steaks are the main attractions here. So definitely get these when you come. So they have the petite filet, you can even do steak frites, or you can go all out and do a tomahawk steak, 32 ounce for $105. But if you guys don't want the steaks, they also got these mains like the Wagyu burger, which I heard is also super good here. Got short ribs, salmon, roasted chicken. Ooh, look at that. They even got this prime rib dinner too. So for $40 per person, it's like a 3-course meal. Salad, prime rib, and your choice of dessert. And just to let you know, they do have a lunch menu as well. So I see a lot of similar things on the lunch menu. It doesn't look like they have the steak, but they do have things like French dip, which is pretty awesome. Oh, there is a steak dish. You see steak frites right there. And even a happy hour menu from 3 to 5 p.m. Oh yeah, discounted prices. You can get like artichoke dip, those lollipop buffalo wings, even $1.50 oysters, the Wagyu burger, the French dip sandwich, even the drinks. You're all set. Guys, this is Chef Ice. He's going to be making the big tomahawk steak. You see, it is right over there.
We're going to start with a heavy coat of salt, black pepper, then very light oil, very light. Wood and charcoal. That's how we cook in here.
So it's cooked with real wood and charcoal.
Yes, sir. Best.
I love it. And these are the lollipop chicken
Here's
wings?
our lollipop chicken wings.
Okay, I heard a lot about this one.
They are the best in town, that's for sure. That's our buffalo sauce, but it's our secret recipe. It's buffalo sauce, but we are using our popcorn butter, #1.
Oh yeah, and that house special buffalo sauce.
At Lucky Tavern, we are serving the best wings on the city.
I'm so
best.
excited. It's like you get it out quick, and it tastes great, and it looks like, from what I'm seeing, very high quality stuff they're using. So here we go with the starters, beginning with the kale salad or the emerald kale salad. So this has mint, pecorino, pickled onions, and roasted peanut vinaigrette. And then we got the famous lollipop buffalo wings. Everybody's saying that this is the best thing ever, so I am pretty excited about it. Yeah, we got some ranch sauce on the side, along with some carrot celery, and that of course is the buffalo wings with their house special secret recipe buffalo sauce. And one of the great things about eating at restaurants here at Rio is that the parking is free. That's not always the case when you go to casinos in Las Vegas, especially on the Strip. I don't think I've ever had a kale salad that was chopped this finely. That peanut vinaigrette, that mint, it really makes the flavor so intense. It's like sweet and you can taste the acidity. It's very refreshing, crunchy too. The Caesar salad is what a lot of people get here, but the kale salad, I gotta show some love to this tonight. This thing needs a lot more attention. Yeah, I mean everybody has Caesar salad, but this is a kale salad that you won't really find like anywhere, the way they make it here. So yes, get a kale salad because you need some veggies.
with your steak. I don't think I've ever been so excited to try buffalo wings than up to tonight. Look at that, they really do look like lollipops because you grab it by the handle, which is the piece of bone, and then the meat is all on the top. Okay, now I see what all the hype is about. The ones that I've had in the past, you know, like more of the usual ones, they have like 2 pieces of bone so that you have to kind of bite in between to get it out of the chicken wings. But there's only 1 piece of bone here. So all you have to do is just, you know, bite around it and you can get it off pretty clean. Really like eating a lollipop. But the flavor is like, wow. That buffalo sauce, it's like buttery, it's spicy, it's tangy, it's really intense. It hits you right in the mouth when you eat into it. But of course you gotta dip it in some of that ranch sauce too, right? In order to maximize the flavor. This is so fun and so easy to eat. This is really one of those things that I feel more fast casual or fast food restaurants should sell, especially if you want to order to go and watch some football or basketball. It's like so fun if you can just eat it like that while watching TV. I'm telling you, this could probably be the next big thing.
Our 32-ounce tomahawk, just for you, is ready.
Wow, it's ready?
It is.
Oh,
Time
man.
to slice.
What kind of butter is that?
Guajillo.
Guajillo? Okay.
You will love it. And that is our green onions. They've been grilled, tons of flavor. They've been seasoned with a bit of extra virgin olive oil, salt, and pepper.
Okay, and this is your Wagyu burger, right?
This is our Wagyu burger, Steve. This is phenomenal. Secret sauce.
Secret sauce. And on top it goes. Nice. I love it. And these are your French fries.
Our homemade French fries.
All right, and it has like what, parsley on it?
It has a little parsley, Parmesan cheese, and we're using a little bit of togarashi, salt and white pepper for our seasoning. Really good.
Okay.
Best.
Should I try one?
Go ahead.
Yes. Wow, it's hot.
Really hot.
But it's so good though. It's perfectly fried. And this is the main attraction at this steakhouse. This is the tomahawk steak, 32 ounce for $105. I've had more expensive than this, so this isn't like the worst it can get in terms of price. So yeah, just a nice piece of beef that's pretty big, along with the guajillo butter, which is like a Mexican pepper. I heard it's sweet and tangy and spicy. Interesting. And there's also that green onion to give it some good flavor. And this is the sauteed asparagus. Yes, asparagus is always a good addition to steaks. Anytime I see a steak in an American restaurant, steakhouse, tavern, bar, I have every reason to be excited. And this one, heard lots of great things about it. Oh yeah. But as a warm-up, let me try some of the asparagus. Wow, it's very savory. Buttery too. Whenever I order steaks at a steakhouse, I end up getting mostly like sauteed mushrooms or mashed potatoes. So this is kind of a little bit of a change up today. I'm gonna be sure to get that guajillo, some of that butter with the steak. All right, that beef itself is really good. Good fat content. It's tender, very beefy, and it's very simply seasoned with salt and pepper. That's it. That's really how steak should be, because you want to taste the natural flavor of the steak. But the addition of the guajillo, I think that's pretty good, because just like the chef says, it's spicy, sweet, and tangy. You really taste the smokiness. It's been cooked on top of firewood, like real firewood. So that's why it has more of like that earthy, smoky taste. And that's really one of the things that makes steak so good. And nothing goes to waste. You see, they even give you that bone. There's still some meat on it. And you tell? I'm having such a fun time. Oh yeah. And this is one of their most popular items at this restaurant, the signature Wagyu burger. Like everybody gets it here, especially for lunch. So we got the patty itself, which is Wagyu, with white cheddar, caramelized onions, pretzel bun, and Parmesan fries, which is right there. Wow, this burger is pretty loaded. That patty is so thick. Oh, it's so saucy too. Yeah, it's going to get your hands messy. Thick and somewhat rich tasting, juicy. It's a really good patty. I mean, I expected it to be good because it's Wagyu beef. American Wagyu, not Japanese Wagyu. But still, American Wagyu beef, it's really good flavor, like the rich, oily flavor. How often do you see burgers made with pretzel bun? Okay, if you guys don't want to get the steak, then for sure get the burger, especially if you're here for lunchtime, because this is such an awesome item to get. I mean, everybody loves burgers, right? And I have no doubt that these fries are gonna taste good. I had a sample of it in the kitchen earlier. Seriously, these are the fries that I usually find when you go to those restaurants that specialize in burgers, or more of those semi-fine dining restaurants. You know what I'm talking about? Just the way they season them, it tastes so fancy? Is that the right word? I guess I could call it a night, but I heard their desserts are really good here, so I'm gonna give it a shot. This is the chocolate lava cake with some strawberries and some coconut ice cream. I think maybe it's a good idea I start with the flavor that's gonna be a little bit lighter, I would say. The taste is perfect all around. And it's not that sweet too. I think that's one of the problems I had with some banana pudding in the past, is how incredibly sweet it was. This one, the level, it's perfect. Wow. Really, one of the most perfect banana puddings I've had. I don't know if it's the most traditional one in presentation, and even to some degree the taste, but it tastes so good though, like especially the bread inside. Wow, this thing is so good. It's like addicting. I'm so glad I got it. Okay, you cannot miss out on the dessert, at least this one. But then there's also this one too. Okay, my mind is blown. That chocolate lava cake is so rich. Like, you see all the gooey chocolate that's coming out of it? Yeah, so if you are into chocolate, then I would highly recommend you get this one because you are gonna love it. Yeah, one of the best restaurants I've had in Vegas in recent memory. Drive over to Rio and try it because it's really worth the trip. I mean, this is like American comfort food at its best. I'm so happy, really, especially if you're a steak fan, you gotta experience it. Well, today's my last day in Las Vegas, so I checked out of my hotel, and that is the parking lot, by the way. Free parking. Like I said, one of the reasons to stay at Rio Hotel and Casino. Wow, it is raining today. Well, the good thing is I didn't have to drive too far to get to my first restaurant, which is a good thing out here in the rain. I am here at Mount Everest India's Cuisine. This is Yelp's highest rated Indian buffet in Las Vegas. And I'm pretty excited because this is my first time trying an Indian buffet of any kind in Vegas. So it's kind of a groundbreaking moment. Mount Everest has been here since 2009, running on almost 16 years. And this buffet, you'll see about 25 to 30 items. It runs for $19.99 every day for lunch, which makes this one of the best cheap eats buffet you're gonna find in Las Vegas. Very exciting. I always think it's so fascinating when I go to the back of the kitchen and see them making all the buffet food. Like, they got all the chicken being cut up, they got all the samosas being prepared, and they got this back here as well, which is where a lot of the magic is at. So the line starts to the right, and then it would go pretty much all the way down there. Let's do the buffet tour. And I do want to mention that every one of these are labeled with the name as well as the ingredients, which is very helpful, especially if you're new to Indian cuisine. So it looks like starting off with this vegetable samosa, which is baked pastry with spiced potato mix, as well as pakora, which are these little fried snacks with spiced potato mix. And just letting you know that the fresh naan will be served at your table, so it's not at the buffet station. And we also have basmati rice, along with what's called sweet rice, which is white rice mixed with honey. Wow, I don't think I've ever had that before. And this one is the vegetable biryani. So yeah, they do have vegetable options too, just letting you know. And then right here, this is the aloo beans, which is green beans with potatoes. Looks very nice. And then this one is the yellow dal, which is yellow lentils. Very creamy, kind of like soupy. Moving to this section, we got the palak paneer, which is spinach with homemade cheese. And then this one is the vegetable korma, vegetables in creamy sauce. Don't you just love that golden yellow color? Looks pretty nice. I see the peas in there. And then this one is the chana masala, which is chickpeas with tomatoes and spices. Very good. And right here is what's called the jagar halwa, which is sweet carrot pudding. So this one's a dessert. And that one is a dessert as well, gulab jamun. I've had this many times, classic. You can never get tired of that one. All right, well, I see some meats now. Oh yeah, this one is the tandoori chicken, which I heard is their most popular thing in the buffet station, and even as an a la carte item. So it's roasted chicken marinated with spices. So their version of barbecue chicken. And this one is chili chicken, which is chicken with garlic, green chili, and onions. And then we have buttered chicken, everybody's favorite. Oh yeah. So if they don't have chicken tikka masala here, which I guess they don't because I don't see it so far, then you should get the buttered chicken, which is in creamy tomato sauce. And then we also have chicken curry. What would an Indian restaurant be without some of that curry, right? Chicken with tomatoes and spices. And goat curry. Oh yeah, so goat with tomatoes and spices. That looks so hearty. And this one is the salad section. So we got your sauces like hari chutney, which is mint dipping sauce. The tamarind sauce, which is supposed to be tart and sweet. And then this one is the raita, which I've had a few times before. So yogurt with carrots and cucumber. And then this is the salad assortment. What do we have in here? Lemon, jalapeno, cucumbers, lettuce, tomato, all good stuff. And that is the chili sauce, which is spicy red chili pepper sauce. And this one is mango chutney, one of my favorites. Sweet pastry sauce made from fresh mangoes. And then mixed pickle, which is pickled vegetables. That one is the ranch sauce. Very simple, fresh buttermilk ranch sauce. And then we also got kheer, which is sweet rice pudding. Another kind of a dessert. Looks great. As well as some fresh fruits. So it looks like, at least for now, we got some sliced up oranges. And that's pretty much it. And before I get started, let me show you something besides these little bowls. They have these condiments at the bottom. So this is where you look for your salt and pepper and sugar. I'm gonna be trying something new today, this sweet rice. This one always gotta get, like 100% of the time. This is turning out to be like a vegetarian plate. You see that? Wow, look at all the colors. And just like with most other Indian restaurants that have the buffet, it's not just a buffet. So weekday lunch is when they have the buffet for 20 bucks. For dinner, it's pretty much an a la carte menu where you can order all your favorite Indian dishes. They do takeout, they also do catering, so they're very accommodating to all forms of meals that you'd want to order here. And are you guys excited to know that the naan is provided as part of your buffet? So they have the regular naan as well as the garlic naan, the very famous Indian flatbread. Wow, it's so fresh, it's like very hot. Maybe I should just try it while it's still nice and hot, right? It's really so perfect. So it's not been overcooked where it's like too crispy all around, but it's also not undercooked where it's kind of doughy in the center. It's like perfect. The most perfect garlic naan that I've had in any Indian restaurant, I would say.
Oh man, I feel like I can just eat that. You know, with regular naan, I would just take it and dip it in some of these sauces and some of these stews, but garlic naan, you can just eat it by itself. Makes for a really good snack. But don't get filled up on this because there's a lot of good stuff up there at the buffet. You gotta save your room for. This one is not included in the buffet, but mango lassi, I always like to get this because it's so refreshing, especially when you're eating foods that's very spice driven. You're gonna need something sweet. Oh man, that's perfect too. It's like a creamy yogurt drink, mango flavored. Had it many times before, and the temperature is really good because I've had it before where it was served lukewarm and you know, it's like, oh, whatever, but this one, it's nicely chilled. All right, pakora. Now here's something I haven't had in a while. It's like a cluster of potato, carrots, onion that's been deep fried. It's a little bit spicy too. It's a perfect snack. That definitely is something that I would eat for any occasion, whether it's at a restaurant or as Indian street food. It's like, hook me up with pakora. And before it gets cold, I gotta try my yellow dal. That's pretty nice tasting. I like how runny it is. It's not too salty either. I'm telling you, I can eat at restaurants that purely serve vegetarian Indian foods and I'd be so happy with it. In fact, I see it on my plate right here. This is kind of like your veggie plate going on here. Made perfectly, like a really classic taste. Very creamy. Also get the bits of cheese that's in there too, those cheese curds. That definitely adds the texture to this thing. Otherwise, it would just be mushy all around. So you want the cheese curds to kind of have a little bite. How does this sweet rice taste like? First time trying it. That is so interesting. That rice tastes like a dessert rice almost. Now I think I'm more into the regular rice, like the regular basmati or the biryani, you know, something a little more savory. But if the sweet rice were part of a dessert, oh yeah, I would totally go for it. Vegetable biryani, this one I've had before, but not in a while. Well, it's good flavor. I'm very used to eating the chicken biryani or the lamb biryani, but even the vegetable one is so good too. Like you got all the peas and you got the potatoes in there. It's not fried rice. This rice is cooked in a really large pot filled with the spices, vegetables, and if you go the meat route, the meat in there. Yeah, I could totally eat the vegetable biryani with my meal and just be happy with it. And they make it so good here. And the chana is something that I have not had in a while too. I'm very surprised. I'm enjoying this buffet and I haven't even gotten through the other half of the items yet. Wow. Okay, now I can see what all the rave is about at this restaurant. Their food is pretty good. No different with the vegetable korma. So this one is a little bit creamier. I mean, not like thick. It's a little bit on the runny side, but really packed with flavor. Kind of sweet too. It could be my vegetarian day today, but I'm gonna try the meats. Their famous tandoori chicken. All right, why not? I'll try the Chinese-inspired dish too, the chili chicken. Yes, even the butter chicken too. Look how creamy that looks. You know, I'm surprised that they don't have chicken tikka masala up there. That's almost like going to a Chinese buffet and there's no orange chicken. I mean, I'm not really gonna miss it, but I just think it's kind of interesting. It's okay, everything else tastes really fabulous. Butter chicken, first thing I'll try on this plate. I really like butter chicken. I feel that other than the chicken tikka masala, this would be the other creamy chicken dish that I would get. Like me and a million other people. Just like it looks, creamy, also kind of sweet, tomato flavor, a little salty too, and the bits of chicken are in there. It goes perfectly with some of this white rice. I think it's good. You get some rice to kind of balance out the intense flavors and the creaminess of some of the dishes. I mean, you guys can do whatever you want, but that's just what I do. Oh, look at that. We got the chicken curry too. I mean, I don't know what to say other than it tastes like a really classic Indian curry. I know when you go to Thai restaurants how some of those curry dishes can be extremely spicy, but you're safe when you come to this restaurant. And this is probably the most exotic meat that you'll find here, the goat curry. So this goat curry tastes just like the chicken in terms of the sauce, but of course the texture is different. The goat is a little bit, there's a little bit more of a bite to it, even though it is fairly tender. And just a little bit of that gamey taste. Some people really love it, some people don't really. Me, not so much, so it kind of takes a little bit getting used to for me. But if it's one of the dishes and it's very popular, I'm gonna be open-minded and I'm gonna try it. Looks good, doesn't it? This is really one of the best chicken dishes that you can eat amongst the Indian dishes. I mean, it's very easy to eat. It's like barbecue chicken that's cooked in that clay oven, the tandoori. Amazing flavor. Like I said, this is my first time at an Indian buffet in Las Vegas. And I wouldn't be surprised that if I tried all of them, that this ends up being my favorite one because the food is on point. Like everything from the bread to the vegetable to the meat dishes. Fantastic. Wow. So yes, it's here at Mount Everest, India's cuisine. Nothing fancy, just really good, casual Indian comfort food with great service, a lot of free parking. I mean, so many things going for it. One more stop before I head back to LA. So now I'm gonna drive over to Henderson to check out another buffet. It's a little bit off of Vegas, but if you are into Filipino food, then this is the restaurant I think you should come to. It's called Manila BBQ and Seafood, and they have a daily all-you-can-eat Filipino buffet at this restaurant for $17.99. It goes from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, well, I heard a lot of good things about it. Let's go. Manila BBQ and Seafood has been here for about 7 years, and they recently started this all-you-can-eat buffet that goes for $17.99 all day, every day. It looks like it's a mixture between a restaurant and a mini market. They also have a kamayan menu, a la carte, they do catering, a lot of great stuff here. So Roland, who is off camera, is going to explain to us everything that's in this buffet line, beginning with this one.
We have the fried rice, we have the fried tilapia, crispy, we have the pancit, mixture of the bihon and then the canton. It's a rice noodle and the egg noodles. We have the smoked fish, the smoked milkfish, the Filipino hot dog, the all-time favorite. We have eggs, longanisa, and right here we have the kare-kare. We use the beef shank kare-kare. This is our best seller. It's always sold out. And this one, it's the mixed vegetable tofu with green beans and eggplant. This is also for those doesn't want to be meat,
Yeah, meat eaters.
Meat eaters, yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course, who doesn't know pork adobo? And then this one is like bopis. It's a mixture of the intestines, lungs, and a stomach. And it's really good. It's sweet and sour, but it's tangy, but it's really good. And of course, chicken skin.
Chicken skin?
Yeah, crunchy.
All right.
Yeah. This one is menudo. It's pork with raisins, carrots, and then hot dogs with bay leaves and tomato sauce. Also, all-time favorite. This is the kilawin sisig. It's a lechon kawali with peppers and lime, kind of a ceviche style, but it's a sisig, Filipino style. And we go to the chicken adobo. Of course, if our customers mostly they don't like pork. At least we have the chicken, but we use chicken wings. So it's not only like regular chicken. We use chicken wings for chicken adobo. And we go this one. It's the milkfish. It's a paksiw. It's paksiw na bangus. It's sour with the eggplant and then with the bitter melon and then of course the chili. So it adds to the kick. This one, it's dinuguan. It's made of pork butt with some pork blood. They call it the chocolate. This one is bulalo. It's a beef shank. We have the beef. Since it's the weather right now, it's kind of, gloomy. So it's perfect for the weather. It's a soup, beef shank soup, bulalo. Filipino too favorite. And then we go to the green beans, the mungo. That one is, with beans and then shrimp with bitter melon and spinach. And then lastly, dessert, we have the bilo-bilo. It's a glutinous rice with jackfruit and I forgot the boba, the small boba. This is our really best seller. I think we refill this every hour because it's almost sold out, the dessert. So it's really good. You should try it.
Like I said, it is kind of a little mini market, so you're gonna find a lot of snacks imported from the Philippines. And then they even have house-made stuff in these boxes. You see, like, they got the fried pork rinds right here, which are popular. And then we got stuff sold in here, which is not part of the buffet. This is sold separately. So you can get your crispy pata, kawali, and all this good stuff. Wow, look at that, even more. We got all the sauces like fish sauce, banana sauce, vinegar, and banana chips, the corned beef, milk fish oil. And by the way, this is not all part of the buffet. These are things that are sold separately. So if you would like to buy some of these to make your own Filipino food or to munch on some snacks at home, then this is your spot in Henderson. I'm gonna show you this because this is also another dining option here. So you can order their Filipino street foods. So this is how you order. You choose a tray, you pick and choose, you bring your food over to the cashier, they'll grill it for you, and then you enjoy. You see, these are the choices down here. Like, we got the pork and shrimp shumai, we got squid balls and lobster ball, as well as the red hot dog. See, check that out. We got a sale. One only for fish, squid, lobster ball, kikiam, $1 skewers. Oh yeah, see, chicharron, even some pork ears, beefy sao, as well as chicken. I think that's like chicken intestines, chicken feet. And you'll see the stage right here all the way to the end. So if you have a party and you want to do some karaoke, or if they have some performances that come during the weekends, then it would pretty much be right here. See, even more. They have this claw machine where kids can play and try to win prizes. I suppose adults can play this too. I've seen them do it. To the right, all the way at the end of the buffet station, we got these to-go cups. We got some napkins in the dispenser, as well as various sauces like the banana sauce and some soy sauce, very Asian, you see. Sriracha, some vinegar, fish sauce, and then in here it's pretty predictable. It's white rice. Gotta have that, right? I guess these are the plates right here. Let me get one. And then up here, you grab one of these trays. So it kind of looks cafeteria style. Pretty cool, huh? All right, got a piece of that fried fish. I already got my white rice, but all right, let me get the fried rice. I'll try it. And this one is a must try. And if you decide you want to get the buffet food to go, you just request for your combos. So you can do combo 1, combo 2, or combo 3. So I think combo 3 is about $16.99. So if you go that route, then it's better just to try to stay in and eat a lot of this food from the buffet station. Maybe I'll start with some fried tilapia. I always like tilapia, especially when it's deep fried. You just have to be careful because there are bones inside. Very crispy. I don't know why exactly I got this part. Maybe because you find a lot of the meat like right over here. I suppose you could get the head and try to eat around it in order to get the meat. It seemed like a little too much work for me, so I just decided to get something like around the body area. Wow, so this pancit looks a little different than the ones I've had before. Wow, it's so soft. I almost feel like I'm eating like ramen noodles or something. But I like it. The flavor absorbs really good. Good flavor all around. One of my favorite Filipino foods. Ooh, this eggplant and tofu looks pretty good. I remember I used to eat something like this at Panda Express before. When I saw that up there, I'm like, yep, I'm totally getting it. The fried tofu, it's just like it sounds. It's kind of crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. And then this is probably like the 10th time that I had longanisa. Look how fat that thing is. So it doesn't taste like an American sausage. The Filipino one is sweeter, but it does taste savory at the same time. If you guys have never had it before, you should try it at least once. I mean, I'm a sausage type of person, so I like this kind of stuff. I don't remember if I've had fried rice in a Filipino buffet before. I would say it tastes a little bit more glutinous than your typical like Chinese fried rice. So I would say get it if you're not into the regular white rice. If you are into white rice, totally that's fine. But I think that the fried rice will probably have more flavor. Well, back here for round number 2, and they give you these cups if you want to put the food in here. Maybe more for separation of flavors or probably sanitation purposes. So this is another one of those buffets where there are not too many things up there, so you can realistically go through everything. That is if you come with a big appetite and you get moderate portions of each one. I'm one of those kind of people, especially when I'm trying a buffet for the first time. But I find it troubling when I go to those Vegas style buffets like Bacchanal, where there's 250 items, then I'm dead duck. Tastes just like a chicken adobo. That's like a sweet soy sauce glaze that's over this very tender, juicy wing. All the meat is inside. Oh, look at that, it falls right off the bone. I bet I can eat all that, right? Maybe I'm not gonna eat the skin, but the meat inside. Oh yeah. Wow, tasty stuff. You know, these cups are pretty, it comes in handy. The beef kare kare with beef shank. Wow, that kare kare has an amazing peanut flavor. So it's like a very classic tasting kare kare, but it's like the best kind of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this sauce is really good. Oh man. Beef shank also very tender. I can safely say one of my favorite Filipino foods. If you are more of a pork type of a person, they got the pork adobo. It's like fatty and tender. Probably not the healthiest thing in the world, but the taste is pretty good. Pork adobo, also another one of the things I really like in Filipino restaurants. So let me tell you, if you're a newbie to Filipino food, especially to buffets here in the Nevada state, then some of these dishes will probably be a little bit challenging to eat in the beginning, but then you just got to get used to it over time. Wow, not bad. That's actually tastier than I thought. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to eat that, but I try to be very open-minded, and this thing is actually very tasty. I mean, the owner told me it was tasty too, but now that I tried it for myself, I was like, yeah, for sure. Now I can see why people like it. All right, I can see myself eating this thing again. Overall, it's like really good texture. It's like crunchy, and the flavor is kind of like sour, savory, just a little bit salty. Oh, good stuff. See, they got chicken and pork dishes of all kind, including the pork menudo. Does not look anything like the Mexican menudo. So the Filipino one, it's its own thing. It's like sweet and tomato flavored and savory. They have a lot of pork dishes here, a lot of chicken. So I guess if you are a meat eater, like into pork and chicken, then you're really going to enjoy this buffet. It's like very saucy too, so be sure to get your rice with all these dishes. All right, I finally got to my soup, the beef bulalo. Wow, that thing is so soothing. And guys, it's raining outside. It's very chilly. So something like this is perfect for today.
This is a really good beef soup. Look, let me show you guys. You see there's a piece of bone inside here too, with like bone marrow inside. That's pretty epic. Have you ever seen anything like that before? Yeah, so you can kind of like scrape a little bit of the bone marrow out of there. Let me see if I can get some of it. Getting it all over my clothes. Wow, it's like eating beef fat. It's so rich tasting. So this is probably within my top 3 favorite things that I've had today. Maybe just for the fact that it's a soup, it's different from everything else, but it's lighter. So if you guys want to kind of take it easy on the saucy, fatty meats, then this one is a very good alternative. This buffet is probably my favorite Filipino buffet I've had in Nevada. Now comes the sad part of leaving Las Vegas and having to drive home for about 4 hours to get back to LA. But I will be back, rest assured. Well, thank you so much for watching this incredibly long documentary of Las Vegas all the way to the end. You guys rock, so hopefully this helps you with places to eat, places to see, and places to stay. Until next time, goodbye.